everybody. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and I hope all is well. Um, First of all, before I start on my little lecture, if you call it that, of course, some of you know that Loki is not doing too good. He has a raging infection cut on his forehead just above where the sample one was taken. Both of those are not healing. He won't let me touch it. No matter how much I try to clean it up and everything, he'll fight me, and I don't really want to hurt him. I mean, he's feeling bad enough as it is. But he'll be seeing the vet tomorrow because they want to check on him and see what changes are made since they last saw him. And give me a better idea on how far this cancer has gotten. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. Let's see, what else? On the personal side. Well, my apartment's being treated, my apartment complex, both buildings here, are being treated for pest control. We've had carpenter ants, yeah, carpenter ants and some bed bugs, and they're trying to track where they're coming from. And so they put natural products down, like natural product powder and everything. It doesn't harm humans, it doesn't harm pets. And so far it seems to be working. I'm not getting bitten as much anymore. There's some spiders, some nasty spiders and some good house spiders, but there's some spiders. And some of the residents I know that gotten bitten, so we're getting ahead of this. Anyway, back to my chat subject today. First of all, Trump lost his lawsuit regarding the tariffs, overall tariffs, by the International Court on, well, it handled all monetary arguments between countries, okay? And they came back, he lost the lawsuit. He is now, I hope they enforce this, and they need to slap him back and slap him hard. Force this to pay, he has to pay back all the businesses that he have harmed, especially here in this country. And guess what the figure is? 200 billion with a B dollars. He has to pay them back. He can't keep 1 red cent of it. Period. So he needs to be hit, slapped back hard on this. And also, this includes Stephen Miller, because Stephen Miller is the one that gives them all these crazy ideas. Stephen Miller does not belong in the White House. He belongs in prison. Then this morning, I don't know if any of you saw this on Minus Touch. The Jeffrey Epstein survivors have conducted a press conference outside the Capitol steps on the House side. Explain what they went through and why they're speaking out and why the attitude needs to change toward women who are raped or abused, whether in that capacity or by domestic abuse, okay? If you're attacked by a guy Speak out, speak up. Don't get don't get scared. Get mad, get boiling mad and say, "Hey, this is uncalled for. How would you like it be done to you?" And I'm sure it's been done to men. But for some reason, some segments of society don't want to believe women. They want to ridicule them and everything else. And I go, that is wrong. That is stupid. Really stupid. And this Ghislaine Maxwell, she should be put back on higher federal prison, not minimum security, maximum security prison. She should be sent back there and kept there. And any other pedophiles in Congress who think they can't be touched, well, that's a different story. They should be touched. They should be held accountable. Okay? Because, you run across situations where men try to have their way with you, is what they used to say in those days. And you tell the guy, hey, which side do you want to be on? The inside of a jail cell side? Or do you want to be out in freedom where you just don't do these things? You should know better. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay? Why do you think women don't really want to deal with men that much? Just because of the chauvinistic attitude they have. Okay? No, I'm not saying all men are like that. I'm just saying some of them. They give the good guys, the men are really good and upstanding and raised properly, basically a bad name. And those guys should also shut up and fight back and say, no, you don't treat women that way. You don't treat girls that way. Why do you think for so many years there was a fight against sex trafficking? Now, Bondi's kind of letting everything slide. Well, she should be in jail too because she's basically condoning those actions. She doesn't know the law. She doesn't know how anything works. Same way with Noam. Noam doesn't know how anything works, especially in the international side, when there is basically international slavery and sex trafficking there too. And from what I understand and get the impression about Jeffrey Epstein, he said he had a big complex network, and you know what my thinking is? I'll bet you he bribed the cops. I'll bet you he bribed the cops. So, those cops need to be held accountable because they were condoning it. They were basically ignoring it. And they were saying they're ridiculing the girls and everything else and not treating them as victims, but treating them as perpetrators. Which that is wrong. You just don't do that either. So, so to all those girls that were conned, they were impressionable at that age when it happened. I do feel sorry for them because they were basically conned and tricked into that situation. He was picking girls that were vulnerable, okay, that were in desperate situations and they were trying to figure out how to survive. And so he gave the impression that he will get them out of the situation. They found out that they were in a sex trafficking ring. Epstein should have remained in prison. Of course, he's dead now. But I kind of wonder in many ways who killed him. They say, well, suicide. I go, most pedophiles don't do that. Okay? They had kind of a survival instinct. So, I kind of, somebody didn't do him in to shut him up. And I kind of wonder if Taco Donnie didn't have him done in. Kind of really makes you wonder. Because the other day, for example, the, I think she came out of the Hague. No, she came out of the European Union. She was a high official in the European Union, and she was flying back to somewhere. Anyway, her plane was sabotaged, and there was attempted murder. Well, guess where it led back to? Taco Donnie! Well, there's an international law against international assassinations. Okay. So he's in trouble there too, and I kind of wonder if Stephen Miller was also behind it. It wouldn't surprise me. Okay. So, we will help these ladies. We'll call it out for what it is, and stop the sex trafficking. Stop sexual exploitation of kids and young women, and also young boys. Basically, everybody. Stop it and outlaw it. Ban that. Ban tariffs. And get rid of ICE. Disband ICE. Get rid of them. Because why are they, if they're ICE and police, why do they wear masks? And why they don't have very few, what do you call it? Identification on their uniforms. Or they don't wear uniforms at all, okay? 3/4 of those guys are January 6th insurrectionist convicts. And they should all be put back in jail. Oh, one other thing in the news that came up this week too. Alligator Alcatraz is no longer in operation. It was shut down. Because the land there, where the old airstrip is and where the buildings are and everything, that belonged to the Ashiki. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's an Indian nation there. In Florida. And they filed a lawsuit. And so the judge also said it was illegal. Because in order to build a prison, you have to get authorization from Congress to do so, and it has to be under the federal prison systems. That place wasn't. Okay. So that was shut down. And also it was ruled that there should be no deporting of kids or people to Guatemala by the judge. He said that too is illegal. They require due process. Now, where he's giving Noam and Bondi a slap, hard slap, that you have to follow the law, you have to follow procedures. Oh, another thing too in Florida, guess what? They are no longer mandating vaccines. That's endangering everybody. You have some diseases that have disappeared, but they have a nasty habit of coming back when you're not vaccinated for it. Okay. People travel, people go to different places and everything. You have like um, oh, what's the name? Several of the, you have like measles, you have like chicken pox, you have like smallpox. That's supposed to be eradicated, but it's still there. Um, and all the childhood vaccinations. That still has to go happen. What are you trying to do? Kill kids? DeSantis? Keep that up. You're not going to have anybody running Florida. So you know what I really suggest? If people, everybody, pack up. Take the wildlife with you and your pets and everything. Move out of Florida and leave DeSantis there all by his little lonesome, and make that as a federal prison state. Put all the prisoners down there. I know that's wishful thinking, but you know, you guys in Florida need a big, strong backbone to get the boot DeSantis out of office. He is not following the Constitution. Not only the federal wise, but he's also not following the state constitution either. So they need to get rid of him. They need to recall him and or vote him out. So I don't know when the position of governor's election is in Florida, how often they do it. I think it's every 4 years, like the president. But I don't know if they do it on off years, like during midterms, or they do it right on the presidential federal elections every 4 years. Now, my other little pet peeve is that they need to fix the election system. And how often do people get burned out after doing elections and everything else? You know what they should do? Is do like Canada and UK do on their elections. Their elections are basically snapshot elections. Their elections run like 2 months. On the average, 2 or 3 months. They have 1 month for campaigning, next month to pick your, people and things like that. And then third month, people vote directly. Vote directly for the person they want to represent them. And I think that needs to be changed. Same way in the presidential side, they need to get rid of, not use. I know you can't get rid of it, but don't use it. The Electoral College, do direct popular vote. I think that's more accurate. Popular vote. Use that. Don't use the Electoral College. But shorten our election season down to 3 months. That way you don't have burnout. Okay? Well, they said, they have to have time to go around the country and campaign people. Yeah, but that takes planning and pick your strategic places and everything else. You don't need to drag it on for 2 years. Do it for 3 months. That's simple. Okay? That, like I said, that needs to change. Also, we need to push back on both Trump and Miller, and get rid of them. Get rid of it. I mean, boot them out of office. Type of getting rid of them. Okay. Stephen Miller is behind all this, and Trump is so far gone in his, I think, in his dementia. He's showing the signs of it. And what I can't understand is, why is his handlers everything else are so blind to what Trump is doing or what Trump is displaying. Why are they so blind to that? I'm sure that they have family members that have dementia or other issues, and they tried to give them better care. But they're saying they're condoning what Trump is doing and not saying no to him. He should not be in office. If he is that far gone, he should be out of office. And we should have a proper, ethical person in there that knows how things work. People like Peter Buttigieg, former Secretary of Transportation. You have Gavin Newsom, who's the governor of California, and Governor Pritzker, what is he? Illinois. In there, any of those guys, okay? People that know how things work and that make things better for everybody. Anyway, let me check something. Let me check my calendar. Why are you not working? I haven't. Let's see. My calendar, or my computer's acting up again. Okay, I'll see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. And I will post this video on my YouTube channel. And I hope all is well. Take care. Keep an eye on the sky. Storm season's not over yet. Okay? Up here it is 79 degrees, just shy of 80. I have both fans and 3 windows open now. Again. Loki doesn't like it. It makes him feel kind of, doesn't make him feel very good. So, anyway, I will see you and I'll keep you posted. And I love you all. Thank you for watching. And I'll put this on my YouTube channel. So I will talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.